Decoding the data plate on your 1957 Thunderbird sometimes can be a pain. It's right back here. They had a couple of different versions. This is a late 57, so it's a little bit of a smaller data plate. But to understand how to decode your data plate, you've got to go online. Old PDFs, which are fine, but little old school, old books and whatnot. So I just uploaded a lot of that stuff into Claude by Anthropic and built an application that allows you to decode your data plate on a 1957 Thunderbird. And that's this episode of Thunderbird Garage.
Thunderbird Garage, where the classics come alive. 57 magic, man, it's more than just a drive. Thunderbird Garage, let the good times thrive. Ooh.
So a lot of you know I like technology. I've worked in the space for a number of years, and this is not to geek out on you or anything like that, but just talk about tools that we can use to make life a little easier. When I think about things like ordering parts online, Thunderbird organizations, let's improve those and make those a little more modern. The other thing is data plate decoding. If you go online, I have Ray Miller's old book that I love here, but it's got a picture and information on how to decode your data plate. CTCI, or the Classic Thunderbird Club International, has their own PDF that they offer online to everybody, and Casco has the same thing, but it's a PDF, and you got to kind of go down columns and sort of figure things out. And what if there was a tool to do that? So I took a lot of this free information and just downloaded it and quickly uploaded it into Claude by Anthropic. If you haven't played with it, there's a free version, there's a paid version, but it's a tool just like ChatGPT or Gemini that is a large language model. It's got some unique coding skills as well. So if you throw in a table on a PDF, it goes, okay, that could be like a little database, and we could build a front end on that. So that's sort of why I chose Anthropic, and also kind of how I could do what I wanted to do. So I uploaded a few of the PDFs and said, hey, could you make me Claude? And you don't need to be really computer literate. You can use words like that. So in this little prompt box here, I did stuff like that. So could you make me a tool or an application that we could host on the web that would help people better understand their data plates? So this is what it looks like, and you can enter your information in the decoder. The link is actually in the YouTube channel here, both in community as well as in the text of this video, and you can play with it. You can enter your information. When I first did it, some things did not work. And I needed to reprompt it and say, wait a sec, the month code was not working on for September of 57, which is when my car was built. So it just readjusted the code, and then I published the link on that. But it's a cool little way of making an application in literally like a couple of minutes, which we used to have computer programmers do, and I work with teams that did for years. And it would take them weeks and months to do stuff like that and create the front end for it. But it was literally done in, I would say, probably a minute and a half with Claude. So very cool, very easy to use, and it sort of modernized the process. So play with the tool. Hopefully you can learn something about AI and maybe Claude or other tools. I've actually used Claude to do other stuff. Some of you know that the Thunderbird seats are notoriously challenging, and the big steering wheel and the seat that doesn't go back quite far enough makes modern bodies a little tight in that compartment. So I actually had Claude, I tried it with a couple of different AI tools, redesign a bracket where I wouldn't cut the floor plan or drill additional holes in my car, but I wanted to make a bracket that kicked my seat back 2 inches, which we do have in the backs of our cars. I have a manual seat. That gives me an extra 2 inches of space. I got a smaller steering wheel, and now I have a lot of room. I'm not a big guy, but that was a very practical tool, and the design capabilities of Claude were amazing. You probably see I like mixing old and new. In fact, these are LED headlights on a very old car. But I had a ton of fun building the data plate decoder with a lot of old PDFs and stuff just lying in the public space out there on the internet. That just brings a little bit more modern approach to some things that we did manually in the past. So check out the data plate decoder, and thanks for tuning in to Thunderbird Garage.